Thank you for keeping it locked on Ed. Now, Tandy recently caught up with DJ, brand ambassador, and entrepreneur, world famous G-MACK. We chatted to him about experiential marketing and about how to make a living from becoming a DJ. Roll tape, let's take a look.
Hello and welcome to Ed. My name is Thandega Yusin. Here in studio with me today is the world famous G-MACK. Now, he's a DJ and a marketing consultant. G-MACK, welcome to Ed.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be in Africa.
Yeah, man. So you say you're a marketing consultant.
Yes.
Can you just tell us what that is?
In my line of work as a DJ, sometimes you find opportunities to identify and solve problems for brands.
Okay.
And that's what I define marketing consulting as.
Okay. Now, experiential marketing, what is that? It's a relatively new thing, so what is that?
Experiential marketing is where the consumer firsthand gets a chance to try the product or service that the brand is offering. Okay. And so you do it in different ways. Traditionally, maybe inside the store where you're interacting with the product one-on-one, or they go off-site to where the consumer is, events like Delicious Fest or things like that.
Okay. Now, obviously, markets are different. I mean, you're based in the United States.
Yes.
So how is experiential marketing in the United States?
I think that South Africa's experiential marketing tends to be a little bit more conservative. In the US, you have different types of campaigns and brand ambassadors, from liquor brands to cell phone companies to car companies to anything you could think of. Experiential marketing is a part of their strategy. Here in South Africa, it's a lot of liquor brands. And so, with it being a country that is open to new ideas, there's a lot of opportunity and room for growth.
Is it?
Yes.
So you've also seen, you've come into contact with experiential marketing here?
Yes, definitely. I got a chance to go to Delicious Fest. Amazing. The music, the food, the people, the atmosphere, environment. It was awesome. And I know that in the next coming years, there'll be opportunities to do even bigger and better activations like they did. Okay.
Now you said, Africa is the future. Why do you say that?
I say it's the future because it's been untapped. South African market, because of apartheid, some of the companies, some of the experiences that we had in the 90s, they didn't get all the way down here. So it's a market where things haven't been overdone or overused. And I think the people are open to different things, different brands.
Okay. Now, what would you say to your younger self in terms of inspiring them?
To my younger self, I would say get to Africa earlier.
Are you serious?
Definitely. But to people coming up and want to be brand ambassadors, interact with brands, I would say think about the things that you like personally. It's a lot easier to be a brand champion for something that you believe in, as opposed to trying to get a check just to endorse something. So people feel it, and it's really about a great product, a great strategy, but the feeling element of it. And you can't underestimate that. And I think the consumer understands when it's authentic.
Okay. Now you're a DJ and a marketing consultant. Which would you say is more you? Like, which do you enjoy doing more?
I think they both speak to my personality. I really like engaging with people, and I have a great feel for music. It's almost a spiritual thing. So I think that being a DJ/marketing consultant, I consider myself a facilitator. So whether I'm facilitating brand messaging or I'm facilitating a good time with music, I think they both speak to my personality, just kind of eccentric and, outgoing. Okay,
now where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
10 years, that's hard to say. Things are changing so fast, and the community, it's a global community right now. I never would have dreamed that a kid like myself from the Bronx, New York, would be here in South Africa on my own, exploring different communities, going to different events. So who knows, I could end up here, but I definitely think that there's an opportunity to be here more often and help either companies with their brand messaging or helping the consumers who want to be brand ambassadors get to that point.
Okay. Now, you also help brands communicate their message in an authentic form. Maybe take us through some of the brands that you've actually done that for.
Well, an example of authentication, I think, is sometimes when brands get involved with an asset, i.e. a celebrity, they throw money at the brand, just at the celebrity. So sometimes the consumers can see whether or not that's authentic, whether celebrities getting paid to just endorse a brand, or whether they really believe in that brand. And so with Reebok right now, I try to fill in the gaps in the endorsement. So work with a lot with Swiss Beats or Rick Ross, and instead of just having them come out to events and just say, hey, buy the new sneaker, we'll support their listening sessions, we'll support different things that they're doing in the community. So they'll be doing activations on behalf of the brand. And so it kind of is a little bit more authentic because we're getting involved with the things that really matter to the artist.
And also their everyday life, because I mean, we also know you pay them a lot, so you want to see them doing and being involved.
And with the content that we create, we show how our product allows them to do what they already do a little bit more comfortably or a little bit more stylishly.
Okay. Okay, now if people want to reach you, I mean, everyone in Africa is watching this, how do they get in contact with G-MACK?
You can find me on the streets of Joburg. I'm in Shanton, hanging out. Or you can find me online, Party with G-MACK. That's my Instagram, Twitter. On Facebook, it's World Famous G-MACK. So just at Party with G-MACK, G-M-A-C-K.
Party with G-MACK. All right, we're coming to party with you. Thank you so much for coming, G-MACK.
Yeah.
All right, that's the world famous G-MACK. Stay tuned on Ed.